Over a minute played so far. Pass to Green. James Worthy on the wing. There's the dish to Abdul-Jabbar. The 10-footer. The shot is off. And Detroit the other way now. Outside Thomas.
Los Angeles foul call. Byron Scott. That's his first personal foul.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone.
That's his first personal foul.
Now the pass to Mahorn. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense is determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pass to Worthy. Lambeer against Abdul-Jabbar. Green dishes to Worthy. That's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Worthy's gone 2 of 3 from the field. And Thomas, here we go. Isaiah Thomas taking it right to the rim, right through all the big players inside the paint.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Passes it to Aguirre. Isaiah Thomas puts the pass right on the money.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Green, the screen, feeds to Abdul-Jabbar. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Thomas. Green with the rebound. Unhindered, going all the way. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Byron Scott. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Outside Thomas. Lambeer screen. Goes up from the top of the key. Again, Thomas missing.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Magic knocks it down. He shot 52% from the field in his years with the Lakers. Lambeer with a screen on Johnson. Right wing. Thomas against Johnson for 3. Again, Thomas missing.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Green, the pass to Johnson. James Worthy on the way. To the middle. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. And the Lakers with possession here. 4-point game. Just 3 to shoot. And the shot is good. Scott's got 6 points.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it. Thomas
up top. He's guarded by Johnson. And the basket by Thomas.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
Johnson outside. Green kicks to Johnson. And he banks in the layup. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Los Angeles leading by 6. Scott kicks to Johnson. Green, the screen. Here's Worthy. Again, the Lakers.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Dumars. That doesn't go either for Dumars.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Johnson dishes to Worthy. Mahorn against Abdul-Jabbar. Now here's Johnson. He's guarded closer. Shot on the wing. No luck. Good D by Thomas.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Now here's Thomas. And it's blocked by Scott.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start varying some of those.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
The Lakers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And he makes the first. Cooper, he's checked in for the Lakers. And a switch here also for Detroit. Rodman, he's checked in for Mahorn. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at foul line.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Outside Thomas. Here's Dumars. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Detroit, no good that time either. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Passes it to Cooper. Outside, Green. Johnson against Dumars. Worthy, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Shot clock at 6. Here's Green. Rebound, Detroit. Outside Dumars. Thomas with the ball. Now Green defending. Lakers leading by 10. Dishes it to Worthy. Inside. Abdul-Jabbar. And that one is hammered home.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
And he gets it to go.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Pass to Cooper. Johnson kicks it over to Worthy. Green dishes to Abdul-Jabbar.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Dumars against Johnson. Dumars the pass to Lambeer. Back to Dumars. And he converts the layup. Dumars got his first 2 points of the night.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And He made it look easy that time.
And so it's the Lakers with it. After the basket by Detroit. Lambier with the steal. Aguirre kicks to Lambier. Worthy pulls it in. Worthy's got his 4th rebound in this one. Green dishes to Johnson. Abdul-Jabbar against Rodman. Abdul-Jabbar misses.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they brought that comes into play.
Now, here's Dumars. Lambier, the mid-range, drains the jump shot.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Green, the screen from the arc. And it's Cooper missing.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
They get the rebound. Here's Rodman. Rodman doing what he does best on the offensive glass.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Green kicks to Johnson. Cooper the pass to Worthy. The feed to Abdul-Jabbar. And the layup's good off the glass. Abdul-Jabbar's got 8.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Edwards, he's checked in for Lambier. Sally comes in for Aguirre, and it's Johnson in for Dumars. A shot by Johnson, no good.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here. In this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. Johnson attacking. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Johnson's got 9 points.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start. Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
And the basket by Johnson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 9. Outside, Green. Rodman grabs the miss.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Here's Johnson after the basket by Detroit. On the wing, Thompson. Right side, Green. Shoots from the right block. And John Sally, the spider, snares the rebound.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Rodman sets a screen. Johnson dishes to Thomas. Shoots the 3. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.